Alright, good morning everybody. Today we're going to start the layout for my jumbo printer. So here's the heated bed, and what I think I'm going to do is just take and do a layout grid right on this table. Let's see. And I'm just looking for rough proportions of everything. Essentially, so is that 3 across? Essentially, this is going to be top quality tape right here. There's going to be a piece of aluminum that sits over the top of that piece of or that PCB there. So I just want to make sure I have enough movement in the slides. I can lay out all the mechanism, and the ultimate goal is to keep the footprint of the printer under 2 feet. Okay, so that gives me, this is 18 by 18. This gives me 20 by 20 will be my aluminum plate dimension to give me room to drill some adjusting holes and all that good stuff. Like these are going to be the guides that snap onto the end of the base and then go into the verticals. Okay, so we have the footprint there. That's how much travel I'm going to need. Start laying these rails out. So that's that. I think we're going to just have enough room to make all this work. Really all I want is the motion to center up over the edge of the board there. Get some guides out of the baggies. They're going to need to be lubed up quite a bit. Purposes now. Let's get the other one loaded up real quick. Fortunately, I think I made my little cutouts too small for the heads of these bolts. That is very inconvenient, but not the end of the world. I'll just have to change the design a little bit. Let's go for some longer ones so I can just get it pinned together. That's ultimately what I just want to do, just pin it together enough where I can figure this all out. In my defense, I started designing these parts before the bolts were ordered, so kind of didn't know how much clearance I was going to need at the time. those are going to be plenty long enough for what I need to do right now. We're just going to put the temporary plate in, span in here. Definitely going to need to be cutting those down. That travels nicely. It's not binding or anything. So I'm nice and parallel that way. Let's see if I can get it to travel. Yeah. That's what I was kind of afraid of. The final design. Let's see, let's start laying out these end caps here. Get a picture of our overall size. Probably cut these rails down actually. Make it a little smaller. Okay. So that gives us an inch pass. So I can center that up. Won't do 2 inches. Kind of hoping to have the overall width be less than 24 inches for use of material. I have enough material if it goes over. So let me go get a tape measure and we'll see actually how big we are. Because I think I'm going to leave these rails full length. 24 if I do the bed the way I want to do the bed. No, we're 26 by 26. This gives me a fair bit of wiggle room because I'm also going to have the verticals going to sit in here kind of like that. I might need to just cut that rail down because that'll make my life a lot easier with the rail down. Can I cut down? Yeah, you know what? The more I think about it, the less I want to cut these down. I'm going to just leave them alone. I want this thing to be long enough where all these, I'll just see this better. I want this to be long enough so it'll just basically be flush to the front there, give or take. But I want it to be long enough where all these actuators are kind of tucked to the side here. This is going to be even longer because let's go there. So I need all of 26 inches. Okay. 26 by 26 it is. Now I can actually start plotting out my material and we can go from there. So I'll probably just change the print or the footprint of this bottom or the support structure so that way it actually lines up the way I want it to. So I really don't want to re-engineer the brackets that I already did for the support structure. It's all pretty compact, sits right up against the side wall of the printer. Probably what I can do is I can actually cheat it in a little bit, run the top cap sit right over the top of it, and that'll bring the sides in 3/4 of an inch on both sides, so I'll lose 1.5 inches that I have to adjust for when we're done. Yeah, there we are. So Jumbo printer initial layout is looking pretty good. There'll be cross shafts that run through in between here with bearings, and then I'm going to have you'll have geared or tooth belts that will hook onto this, these these structures on both sides, so that way I'll have really good positive lateral motion where it won't be able to twist one way or the other. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I like it. Anyway, bring you back when we actually start fabrication on this thing. I'm gonna rethink some of these brackets because I got to make clearance for the screw heads. This lower part, these guides, I've actually done quite a bit of fit work, so they're basically set at this point. I already know how I'm going to do all the couplers and everything. I'm not even worried about those. But these uppers, I'm going to have to make better screw clearance. I actually did make a plate to run the head on, the printer on, but unfortunately I drilled a couple of the holes a little slightly out of position, which slightly out of position is not acceptable for this kind of an application. So we're just going to start, do it from scratch, and I'll do a new plate all over again. I'll probably use this drill guide though, because it'll be correct size, and I'll just chase every one of the holes out until I get it dead on. Anyway, that's that. Till next time.